Welcome back. Here are a few startling statistics. Did you know that heart disease remains the #1 cause of death in both men and women in the United States? It's about 650,000 deaths per year, or one every 37 seconds.
Wow. February is the signature month for the American Heart Association's Go Red campaign, and it's important to know your numbers when it comes to blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, body mass index, all of those.
Our good friend of the show, Richmond Minute Clinic nurse practitioner Anna Hembrick is back, and we welcome her to Virginia this morning. Last time you brought needles. Today, it's a cuff. And this is important, Anna.
It is. It's very important. So people would normally think it's cancer, but it really is cardiovascular disease.
Cardiovascular
So you
health.
definitely want to know your numbers, and that's so important. You want to know what your blood pressure is. You want to know what your cholesterol and your blood sugar.
So how often should people get tested for this? I mean, is this like
Annually.
monthly? Or
Annually. So when you go see your primary care physician, you should get your lab work done, or we have a lot of people come to Minute Clinic. We offer these screenings year round, and so they can come in, get a finger stick, and get those things done.
So if you're going in to get your flu shot in the fall, then go ahead and get that at the same time.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Speaking of which, we're rolling up our sleeves. Bill's ready to go. Do you want to go ahead and
Absolutely.
check with Bill?
So we normally do it skin, but obviously you have but this is fine. We can hear through this. This is perfect, okay?
Yeah.
So we'll do that. And then do you want to talk about like other reasons why it's important? So if you know your numbers, you can make good choices. What you need to do to change your lifestyle habits to decrease your risk.
So I do not know my numbers,
Okay.
but I do know whenever I go to get checked, they always say, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Or pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close, okay. Okay.
So if we need 911 crew, just in case the numbers come back really bad.
Right.
Okay. All right.
All right, so we'll check your blood pressure here.
And this is as easy as for anybody, I guess everybody's had their blood pressure checked at some point, but it takes a second to get some numbers back.
Yeah.
Now, the last time I went at the doctor's office, it was really high. And I said, it's never high. And they said, we'll check it again in a minute. And it was like, it came back fine.
Fine, yeah.
Bill raises a good point, though, this white coat syndrome, and you're wearing the part today,
I see it all the time.
you get really keyed up about having this done.
Absolutely. So you were actually a 112 over 78.
Is that good?
Perfect.
That's good. Oh, told you.
120
Most
or
of the
80 or
time.
lower.
Yeah.
120 over 80 or lower. If it's 130 over 80 or higher, that's kind of hypertensive. So we're talking lifestyle changes, we're talking some medications, but yours is actually perfect. So 120 or 80 or less
All right,
is
cancel
perfect.
the 911. Well, wait a minute.
That's true.
We're not done yet.
I saw Anna in the green room and thought, well, maybe I shouldn't have this extra cup of coffee. But 120 over 80
or less.
is the target.
Yeah, that's the target.
These numbers were adjusted. The numbers, not the 120 over 80, but being hypertensive, did they shift within the last few years?
Yeah, they've shifted. So they used to be, if you got 140 over 90 or higher, you were hypertensive. They brought those numbers down a little bit. So you can catch it a little bit early, make some lifestyle changes before you get to 140 over 90. That's like stage 3. That's like really, that's great. Look at you.
Good. Did I beat Bill?
110 over 66.
Yes. He keeps me calm.
So competitive.
Perfect. Very good.
So when you go and you get this checked and everything looks good, it gives you a little bit of relief. And mine is, like I said, it's always been pretty much in target. So I never even bothered keeping up with it. But if you know that you're at risk,
Oh, thank you.
then you kind of really need to keep an eye on it and know those numbers.
Right. So you want to do that every year, and you can make lifestyle changes. That's diet. Losing weight is a big deal for blood pressure. But you also want to check your cholesterol. So your cholesterol, you should be fasting, number 1, between 8 and 12 hours before you do it. And so the numbers you want to think about, the HDL or happy cholesterol, that's what I call it. You want that at least 60. The LDL is the bad or loser cholesterol. You want that under 100. When you put them together, that's your total cholesterol. And you want that number under 200.
So blood pressure numbers, cholesterol numbers,
blood sugar.
And blood sugar.
Blood sugar should be fasting as well. You want that number under 100. If you're not fasting, you want it under 140.
This is great information, and I'm glad we didn't do the cholesterol live on TV. because I wouldn't have done well
That
on
donut?
that
The
one.
donut
Yeah, a little
And,
sugar.
and you
little
know,
sugar.
we're almost out of time, but Bill mentioned it is such a relief,
Yeah.
right? We had numbers that were within a target range today.
Absolutely.
If you do find that this is becoming an issue, in a way it is almost a relief too, because you know to start addressing it. These
Right.
are, even if you don't want to know these numbers, it's critically
Right.
important.
You do want to know.
And you can get them for free. Check that Minute Clinic this month for free.
Wow.
Blood pressure.
On today, on February 13th, and on February 20th, you can come in, get your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, height and weight, BMI.
Wow.
All
for
right,
free.
thanks, Anna, for all this great information. We'll post a link on our show website by early this afternoon, WTVR.com/VTL.
That's right. And this is gonna, you know, reach out and tug the heartstrings a little bit. Chocolate. We're here with Richmond executive chef Adam DePaul. He's going to walk us through the steps on creating a delicious Valentine's Day dessert.